Good morning, Cameron. Um, now that we have taken the time to look for and to celebrate the good that has happened in 2020, I want to share with you a song that is commonplace in the African American community, particularly on New Year's Eve. The central message of this song is thank you, and it acknowledges our struggles while simultaneously celebrating our survival and how the divine has been with us through it all. This song is written by Walter Hawkins and sung by Bishop Yvette Flunder and the Love Alive Center Choir. However, the version that I'm going to share with you today is sung by the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. I hope you find a point of connection in this song, and I hope you enjoy.
Tragedies are commonplace. All kinds of diseases, people are slipping away. The economy's down, people can't get enough pay. As for me, all I can say is thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah. Folks without homes, people out in the streets, and the drug habits, some say they just can't beat. Muggers and robbers, no place seems to be safe, but you've been my protection every step of the way, and I want to say thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah, it could have been me. I thought with no food and
Now it's time for contemporary wisdom from Linda Ray Roggensack. Linda Ray, you ready?
I'm ready, but I just seem to have, oh, there I am. Okay. Well, we're sure glad to see 2021 come along, and to celebrate that, we're going to, I'm going to show you how to make an appetizer, and it's called Angels on Horseback. Another name for it is Devils on Horseback, but I prefer the Angels. And what that is scallops, or you could also use oysters, but I'm using scallops, and they're wrapped in bacon. And by the way, Julia Child, a couple of years ago, I read the a biography of her called Dearie. She called everybody Dearie. And when I read that, I found out that she lived in Pasadena. I lived in San Marino, and the two towns are side by side. And Julia Child actually lived about a mile and a half from where I grew up. So a little piece of trivia. So to start with, you need to get some scallops. They're kind of expensive. I bought a bag of scallops at Costco thinking that would be the best price, and they were $40 for a little bag of scallops. You need to defrost them. Very important to defrost them. Probably the best way is overnight in the refrigerator. You don't ever want to set them out on the counter to defrost, because if you do that, you will poison your friends. Take my word for it. And they won't be your friends anymore. So you can put them in the refrigerator. Another quick way is, if you don't think ahead, is to put them in a plastic Ziploc bag, set them in some cold water for about 10 minutes, and that will also defrost them. You need to wash them really good to try and get the sand out of them. And then you pat them dry. And so then the next thing we do, or then you need to look around the side of the scallop and see if you can find a muscle. I don't know if you can see this, but here's a little muscle on the side. It's kind of tough, so you don't want to eat that. You just pull that off. They won't always have a muscle. I don't think this one doesn't. So you take a strip of bacon. If they're big scallops like these are, take a full piece of bacon and cook it about 2 minutes on each side, just to kind of loosen it up a little bit. Then I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but you just wrap it around the scallop. They say that you should soak your wooden picks, but I never do. And just take them like that. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm just going to do 2 here. Wrap this around and secure it with a little pick. These are little party picks, if you can see that. I don't know. There you go. And then the next thing is you sprinkle them with a little salt and pepper. And if you go to Savory Spice, they have a really nice, good blend mix of salt and pepper. So you just put a little salt and pepper on there. Come on, there. And then you make now there's all kinds of ways to do it, but this is the way that I like to do it. You take some melted butter, and you take a clove, get these out of the way. You take a clove of garlic. Now, those of you that saw the compound butter presentation that we did a couple of weeks ago on Fun and Games Night, you take the garlic, you cut off the little nibs at the end, and all the chefs on the TV cook shows, they take a big chef's knife and they whack it to smash the garlic. I did that one time, and the knife slipped and I put a big gash across the palm of my hand. So what I do now is I just take a spatula and go like that. And then you can just real easily peel off all of the paper around it. if you take a little spoonful of salt and put that on your cutting board, that makes it so it doesn't stick so easily, and you can just mince up the garlic. Okay, I've already minced some garlic, so we'll put the garlic in the melted butter. It's a tablespoon of melted butter and 1 clove of garlic. And then this is a half teaspoon of lemon pepper. And then you take your parsley, and you only need about a tablespoon of parsley, and you take your little parsley scissors, your little herb scissors, and just mince it in here like this. And it has a little comb that you can get everything out of the scissors like that. And now we need to, we'll just mix this all together, and we're going to brush this onto the top of the scallops. Is everybody there? You're awful quiet.
We're hanging on every word, Linda Ray.
Okay, so you just brush the garlic and butter, and that's pretty much. And then they're ready to cook. And there's a lot of ways to do it. You can grill them, you can put them in an air fryer, you can do them in the oven, or you can do them in the broiler. And I like to just put them in my toaster oven. So I'm only making 2 today. So normally I would just put this in the 425 degrees in my toaster oven for about 15 minutes. And by the magic of Zoomland, I already have some prepared. And here's a little individual serving. I don't know if you can see that. This is in a little shell, makes a cute presentation. I happen to have some wonderful Meyer lemons that Heidi sent me from her tree in Tucson for the garnish. And here's another one that you can put in a little fishy dish. You can see that, and that would make a cute presentation. Or if you're making a lot and you're having a party and all of your immediate family is there, you can put it in your big fishy dish. I didn't make enough to put in there. And so that's all there is to it. And 15 minutes in the toaster oven, and we can say Happy New Year and bon appetit.
After our pre-party problems this morning, I'm going to alter what my plans were. I was going to do I was going to do small house parties where we were going to break out into small breakout rooms. But I'm kind of anxious about doing that with Zoom today, since it is not cooperating 100%. So let's have one big house party and do a self-reflection. And yes, I ask that you unmute yourselves. And during this time, I just want to remind us that when the Christ child became a man, he self-declared that I come that you might have life and have it to the full. I believe that this means that the Christ child came that we might thrive, not simply survive, but that we might thrive by way of authenticity, wellness, wholeness, and purpose. And if you noticed on Christmas Eve, we took steps on that journey by choosing authenticity and vulnerability through the acknowledgement of our concerns and our struggles. And today we're choosing authenticity and vulnerability by choosing to celebrate. Now, I want us to continue taking steps towards wellness, going into 2021 well and whole through self-reflection. So I have a couple of questions that I want us to contemplate. And if you're comfortable sharing the answers with all of us, please just jump in and start sharing either verbally or in the chat. The first question is, what did you learn about yourself this year? What did you learn about yourself this year? What a perfect segue to the next question. How are you different now than you were when this year began? How are you different now than you were when this year began? Now, the last question is, based on the answers that you've given for question 1 and question 2, going into 2021, how will you live your life differently? Going into 2021, how will you live your life differently? I want to thank all of you for this amazing year, for hanging in there with us in a virtual world, for adapting quickly in March. We adapted within a week from meeting in person to meeting via Zoom. And because we've been meeting in Zoom, we've gained a lot more to our community, such as Reverend Gordon Seifert. They meet with us every week. That is such a blessing. We've had folk here from Canada. We've had folk from Denmark. We've had people from Switzerland. It has been an amazing experience, Cameron, and that is because of you. That is because of you. And what I want to do is close this segment with a song. Many of you may know this song already. It is Lauren Daigle singing "You Say or I Believe."
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. You say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak.
Singing together on this last Sunday. You know, at a party, we learn to enjoy the chaos. Parties are chaotic. They're not neat and orderly. So happy New Year to each and every one of you. And in the spirit of Kwanzaa today, because today is the second day of Kwanzaa. Charlie, I love the hat. In the spirit of Kwanzaa, Umoja, unity, Mia, purpose, Kaumba, creativity, and Imani, faith. I wish you, your family, your friends, your entire circle of love a very, very happy new year. A very, very happy new year. And may the grace of God and the sweet communion of God's Holy Spirit rest, rule, and abide with each and every one of us until we meet again in 2021. Amen. Our women, Ashe,
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.